See him a beast when he hear that sound like yeah, beat on the beat when he hear that sound like woo. Yeah, bitch on the champ, only me one round like yeah, me, I'm a G-Ring.
Joining me today, fighting this weekend, Saturday, October 29th at UFC Vegas 63, Tough 29 alum and UFC middleweight fighter. Please welcome Mr. Vicious himself, Tresean Gore. Tresean, my man, thank you so much. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you?
I am good. So we're 4 days out, 5 days out now. You, what's your headspace like? How you feeling?
I'm just ready, man. I'm ready to fight.
Yeah. You start the weight cut yet, or is that didn't happen yet?
I'm water loading right now, so I'm just like focusing on trying to get my weight down right now. That's what I've been focusing on doing right now. I'm at a good weight. I'm at a pretty good weight.
That's what I was going to ask. How you looking for Friday? But glad to hear you're on point there. So, before we actually get into this fight and talk about your fight with Josh Fremd, I just want to ask about some of the preparation leading up to the fight. I heard that you spent time at Fortis MMA. Is that true?
Yeah, I'm at Fortis MMA right now.
Okay.
I'm down in Dallas right now, sleeping on a blow-up mattress at my training partner's house. I left my wife and my son back in South Carolina. My wife doesn't work. She's just enjoying life, raising our son, taking care of our dogs in the kennel we own, and I'm down here working as hard as I possibly can to make sure I go out there and be victorious this weekend.
That's great, man. And that's scary to leave the fam behind for a new gym. So props to you, but Fortis is one hell of a gym. Can you just tell us about some of the people you're training with for those who don't know?
I'm training with Jeff Neal. I'm training with Ryan Superman Span. I'm training with my big brother Kennedy in Chuku.
There you go.
Naja boy. He's like my brother. Like we talk every day. We train every day. I'm training with a lot of big-bodied people here.
Yeah.
And Coach Safe has been pretty helpful too. It's been pretty helpful. I train a little bit back at American Top Team in Georgia too.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been working pretty hard, man. I'm just ready to go fight.
Yeah, man. And like you said, you're training with some big bodies. Your opponent is 6'4", so he's a big body for you too. So it sounds like you're prepping like you should.
I mean, he's tall. He's tall and slender. Like I'm stocky. I'm 6 foot and I'm stockier than him. But I mean, yeah, he's a good fighter. Man. Thank you, man. He's a good fighter. Respect all to him. Respect to his camp. Like no hate. No, I'm not gonna throw no hate or no shade. I'm just ready to go fight and go win.
Absolutely, dude. No shit talking. All respect here, but you got to beat him down. So say what you got to say.
I have to.
Is this your last fight on your contract, if you don't mind me asking?
No, it's not.
How many do you have left?
Man, I really don't want to discuss that right now.
That's fine.
But no worries. It's not the last fight on my contract though.
Okay, that's cool. I was just wondering that much. So, talking about training up or leading up to this fight through camp, you went to Fortis, you changed up there with American Top Team 2. What else did you do differently leading up to preparation? I also saw somewhere that you maybe like cut a lot of, bad habits, for lack of better terms, out of your life. Do you want to talk about that for a second?
Yeah, I was smoking. Like I'm not like sitting up here using weed as a excuse as to like why I'm not the best, wasn't the best me. But I mean, I was smoking hella weed and like it was making me eat more, and I just wasn't as focused as I needed to be. I was like not eating the best because when you smoke, you get hungry as hell.
Yeah.
So like, I was just like slacking in that area. I went to Arizona and trained with Cannoneer, and it's legal down there. So, like I was just like, and like, it wasn't just that. It was just like, I just wasn't in the right headspace mentally. Like, like I just wasn't in the right headspace mentally. I wasn't as focused as I am right now and as dialed in. And like, I feel like that's all changed. I've been eating better. I've been sober. Cause like, like sometimes, when you smoke, you drink too sometimes with it. And,
sure.
I wasn't as disciplined as I wanted to be in certain areas. And I come from a line of people that like use drugs in my family, and I have an addictive personality. So I can't do certain things that other people would do, like without overdoing it every day. So like I try to like stay focused and stay and like steer in the right direction away from it. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, at
Sure.
all, but it's just not something that I could do on the regular because it like affects me. It affects how I move and how I train and the things I eat and stuff.
Yeah, that's good that you recognize that early on in your career. Cause like you said, some people can do that in moderation and be fine, but I have alcoholism in my family, so I can't go out there and have more than a beer or two every now and then, or
Yeah,
I'll be screwed as well. Um,
exactly. Both my parents are like, have you, you know, both my parents use alcohol, so I don't want to be like them. So I just try to just stay away from. I'm not alcohol isn't a problem for me. Like I said, marijuana is just something that I just don't want to do for a little bit, and I just want to just stay focused, and that's it. There's nothing wrong with it though. Nothing at all wrong with it.
yeah, respect though, man. I mean, hey, like everybody's different, and
Every
sometimes
fighter, every fighter, even Sean O'Malley, even like the fighters that that recreationally use, they always put it down like 2-3 weeks before their fight. But me,
yep,
like, like I have such an addictive personality. If I start, like, it's hard for me to just up and just stop.
sure.
But other than that, man, I ain't. I'm very disciplined right now. I'm gonna stay that way. In order to achieve the goals that I want to achieve, I got to be disciplined. That's just it.
Yeah, man, for sure. All right, so you mentioned that you're in Dallas right now, hoping you're not cheering for the stinking Cowboys down there while you're doing it. But are you? When are you heading to Vegas? When does that trip happen?
Tomorrow morning,
So, I mean, sorry, I don't know if you hear my dog whining, but
we good.
is Vegas by now like specifically the Apex where you fought like 4 or 5 times? Is that like a second home for you now? Like, do you feel very comfortable there?
I mean, I do. I mean, it's another walk in the office for me. I did it like you said 4 times.
I think
Yeah, it was 4 times.
4 times.
Yeah, I
Yep.
fought. I won twice at the Apex. I lost twice at the Apex. I lost a decision by 29-28. Like that could have went my way too. And then I got caught in my last fight. And everybody's sleeping on me now. They forgot that I got to the UFC at 3-0 though. I got to the UFC at 3-0 and like I feel like I just didn't have experience on certain things, and I just had to sit. I just had to learn. You know what I mean? Like, and people don't like some people don't like me. Like I have trolls and stuff. People that just want to see me lose, don't want to see me win because of the way I talk, the way I think, and how I get in my opponent's face. But they don't know ever since I was like 9 or 10 years old. You know, parents both dealing with drugs and stuff. Nobody around, but just they don't know the things that I started feeling when I was 9 or 10, like just wanting to
Sure.
be special in the sport of mixed martial arts. I've been wanting this ever since I was a kid. Nobody forced me to want this. I feel like it was God that put it in my heart to want to be champion. And I just so happened to get to the UFC at 3-0, so I just got to keep on getting better, evolving with the game.
Yeah, man. Screw internet trolls, dude. They're all jobless and
I'm not worried.
idiots.
I'm not worried about it, bro. I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying, like, I just see comments. I see people that just don't like me for no reason, and they don't know I would be the one to take my shirt off and give it to them, take the shirt off my back and give it to them. They don't know I would be the one to like pray for them if they're down. Like,
Yeah.
but much love to them too, because shit, all attention is, you know what I mean. They buying tickets too. They putting asses in the seat too. Whenever I get farther in this sport, so
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, man, for sure. And you just mentioned your last fight against Cody Brundage, and if you don't want to talk about it, tell me to buzz off. I will not be
Nah,
upset.
we could talk about it.
So that was the first time. I don't know about sparring or what's happened in the gym, but that's the first time in your career you've ever been like knocked out. You weren't out cold or anything, but it was a TKO.
I've never been caught before ever.
What was that? What was that like, man? Because I imagine that sucked.
It was like it is what it is because it really took a weight off my shoulder because that was one of my biggest fears to get caught, in my career. And like it kind of made me like just realize that like I'm not invincible. Like in my mindset, like it made me I still feel invincible though, like, but my mindset was like, okay, God is covering me. He's not gonna let me get hit with anything I don't see. Like
Yeah.
he's with the Holy Spirit is with me, God is with me. I'm not worried. I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna fight my fight. I'm gonna win. that was my mindset now. But I realized I had to do my part and be smart and make educated moves in camp, and I had to make educated moves when I fight. I threw the same kick 4 or 5 times. I was winning the fight pretty decisively. He tried to take me down. He wore himself out trying to hold me down, backed up against the cage, and I just like saw that his leg was blistering up, and I just got hungry for that kick, and I just threw it too many times. And I mean, to be honest, like no disrespect to Cody, he won that night. He was the better man, but I feel like anybody would have been able to reach out there and hit somebody that keeps throwing the same attack at them over and over again.
Sure.
You know, I didn't switch it up. I kept going back to the well, doing the same thing, and I paid for it. You know, and I learned. I learned not to do that, and that's just it. I got a lot smarter, a lot more educated. I've never been caught before, so he got me. He got me. So good job to him. Good job to him. But you know, like I'm not done. That shit made me realize that like how bad I want this, because I always thought like if I got caught like that, I would not want it anymore, and I would just walk away from the sport. But honestly, my hunger has increased so much more, and I'm ready, man. I'm ready to go in here and show people that, and show these people that I'm not talking, that I'm really serious about what I'm saying. So that's just it.
Yeah, man. I don't, like you're not, but you're so young, you're healthy. It's a good lesson, like you said. I'm glad you got it out of the way and that you're refreshed and ready to go for Saturday. Saturday, taking on Josh Fremd. Both of you looking for your first win inside the UFC. I know you have 2 wins on Tough, which is kind of the same thing. So what are your thoughts on?
They counted one of my wins. They counted the win against Gilbert, I think.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, because I got to finish. But I mean, yeah, I got 2 wins already for the UFC with the Tough thing. But yeah, we don't have to even count Tough. It is what it is. I don't care. But I feel like if I just would have just fought Brian before and didn't get that surgery on my knee and just stayed sharp, I feel like I would have won. But
yeah,
I took like a 6-month layoff trying to recover, and it is what it is, man. I'm here, putting the pieces back together, and I'm ready for this one right here. I feel better than what I did when I was on Tough for this right here.
That's great, man. And I like the whole interview. We've been speaking with such confidence, so it's going to go a long way. What are your thoughts on Josh stylistically? Have you watched like tape on him at all? Have you been studying that?
I respect Josh, man. I have no hate toward him, but he's in the way. You know what I mean? He's in the way, and I'm gonna move him. And at the end of the day, like respect to him. He's a good fighter. I do see a lot of things that he does. I do see a lot of mistakes that he makes, and they may be like trying to plot on my downfall and looking at things I do, but I'm not gonna fight the same. Like I have a lot of things that I switched up, and I'm pretty sure he switched up a little bit of things too. But much respect to him. Yes, I have been looking at film. I've had coaches looking at film with me, that was just the first time, like in any of my fights where I've had that, and I just feel like I'm a lot better. I do. Yeah, man. But with this guy, I respect him. I respect every opponent, and everybody thinks that I don't, because I get in their face and I talk and I say some shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, we're fighting. Like, we're not going in here to hug each other. Like, we're not going in here to freaking, go play a video game. Like, we're about to go fight. So of course I'm gonna talk, but I still respect your ass. You're stepping in there to fight me. Like, you're a warrior too. So yes, I respect him. I respect his team down in Colorado. His teammate Dustin Jacoby is fighting too. God bless him too. And God bless Cody Brundage. He gonna have to see me again after I get this W Saturday. So it is what it is. Much love, much respect to all them, man. Warrior spirit, warrior mentality. Much love.
Throw hands and hug after, bro. Love that mentality. So Tresean, do you bet on sports at all? Do you gamble at all?
Nah, not really. Not really. But I mean, shit, like, I'm not saying I never will, but I mean, I don't really care for it right like that,
Well, a lot of people that do bet, that are watching this will bet. So right now you're coming in as a plus 150 underdog, very slight underdog. What do you say to people who are going to bet on you who feel like they want to throw their money down on that underdog ticket?
They could do what the hell they want to do, but I tell you what, they're gonna go broke. They're gonna go broke betting against me because they've only seen me fight 2 times. They've only seen me fight 2 times. They've seen me. They've seen me fight. They've seen me fight 4 times. Like they've only seen me fight 4 times, and they assume they know who I am as a fighter. They assume that at the age, and me just turning 28 years old, that I'm done evolving. But fuck, I'm still learning. I'm still getting better. I'm still learning how to use my power. I'm still learning how to set up things. I'm still learning how to set up uh like takedowns, how to grapple better. I'm getting better. I'm evolving. So they could bet against me all they want. I lost early in my career, 3-0, but it doesn't mean it's gonna stay that way.
Yeah, don't worry, pal. I'm not betting against you this weekend. No way. So Philly, I'm from Philly, big underdog story, big underdog city. Does being an underdog, does that like piss you off at all? Does that add any like extra motivation? Do you not care?
Fucking life. I've been an underdog my whole fucking life. My mother has struggled with crack addiction my whole life since I was 10 years old. My grandma was the one that stepped up, raised me. My dad's been in prison my whole entire life. I'm not even supposed to be here on ESPN Plus fighting in front of the national television. I'm blessed. I'm highly favored. And at the end of the day, man, yeah, like I've always been an underdog. People have always counted me out. People have always said that told me that I ain't gonna be shit, that I ain't gonna like I've had family members tell me I ain't gonna make it in this sport. But at the end of the day, like it doesn't matter what people say. I've also had old people tell me I'm anointed, tell me I'm anointed by God, tell me God has chosen me for powerful things. And but it doesn't matter what the naysayers say. It doesn't matter what the people say. It doesn't matter. They could count me out all they want, but God counts me in. They could count me out all they want, but my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ counts me in. So I mean, at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep my faith. I've done everything I could do for this as far as work. So I mean, like that's just it. I put my work in. I've kept my faith. I didn't lose my faith after getting caught, after losing 2 fights and having a rough year. If anything, my faith is renewed. I feel stronger than ever. So I don't care if they want to count me out. I love them too, but they're gonna go broke as hell at the betting again because I'm not done. I'm not done evolving. I'm not done getting better. So that's it.
I love that, man. Love that mentality right there. I don't.
By the way, my mom, like I always talk about her addiction. My mom was a great mother. Like she's still like like just like Tupac said, like my mother may be addicted to crack, but she's still a black queen. You know what I mean? Like she's still somebody that is very near and dear to my heart. She's trying to work on herself and become better. And at the end of the day, man, I come from absolute nothing, man. I come from the woods of South Carolina. I come from the woods. I come from the ghetto. I come from watching people sell dope around me all the time. I'm not supposed to be dreaming big like I dream big. I really do feel like it's God's grace, man. I truly do. I do. That's why I got Jesus tattooed on my chest because I feel like it's God's grace that I'm here, that I even think the way I think. And for people to hate on somebody that just wants to and count me as an underdog, for somebody that just wants to go and better their life for their 1-year-old son and their wife, and also just be somebody great and be legendary and be remembered in history, then man, God bless their heart, man, because they need to change their way anyway.
For sure, man. I really like how like appreciative you are. You're very, very humble fighter, probably the most humble I've ever spoken to. So
Thank
hats
you,
off
man.
to you, man.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
I appreciate it.
Do you still have like 10 minutes or so? I don't want to keep you too long. I know you got to train.
Bro, I got plenty of time. That's why I wanted to talk to you before I had to go train later. Yeah, I got time.
Still training during fight week.
I got
Crazy.
15. I got 15, bro. Shit. I mean, this is gonna
I'll
be my
give you that
last
extra
interview.
5. So let's keep going then, Tresean. I know you've been asked a million times about your tough 29 experience. We don't need to get into that again. I'm sure you're probably sick of talking about that a little bit, but I do want to ask about working with T City because I'm a big Ortega fan. He's impressed me extremely as of late in the UFC. Unfortunately, he had that injury during the Yair fight, but what was working with Brian like? What did that do for your career, so to speak?
Working with him, like the dude was like a big bro to me the whole time, like a mentor. I talked to him a lot after the fight. After I left Tough, I called him after I got like he called me, consoled me after my fight with Brian and after my last fight. Working with him was life changing because it showed me that like how much I am on a different level because Henry Gracie, like a legendary Gracie, he told me I'm the hardest worker he's ever met. I'm pretty sure he's met a ton of hard workers. I got that videotape, like him telling me that I'm one of the hardest workers he's ever met, and like just his coaching staff and stuff. They're so organized and down to the point. That's why I was sharp on the show because I had people breaking down film and watching film on my opponents there, and my team that I'm with, ATT Team Lima, they're still a fairly new school, but they're still fucking awesome. Like we got we got really good training there. We just are working on getting a head coach. So sometimes when it comes to like watching film and stuff and watching film and game planning, it ain't really that much. That's why I came to Fortis because, you know, Coach Safe is like a master game planner. Like he knows how to game plan. He knows how to strategize and stuff. And, you know, Diego and Douglas, like Diego just retired. You know, he's trying to manage the whole gym, take care of the gym. Like Douglas is still fighting. So they're not exactly on the coaching side right now. So we're looking for a main coach. That's why for my last fight, I had Bully X Kennels in my corner with one of my sponsors and one of my homeboys, and also my strength and conditioning coach, Coach Sid. So I mean, I only have my strength and conditioning coach and my sponsor in my corner for my last fight. I had people and fighters looking at me like, "Damn, where's this guy's corner? Where's the experience?" I didn't have nobody to warm up with. I had to warm up with my manager. I swear to God, I had to warm up with my manager who doesn't know anything, and I just feel like this is going to be a lot different because I got a team with me now. I have Fortis, I have Kennedy who's going to be there, Diego's going to be there.
Wow.
My former coach, Chad Schaefer's going to be there because he's in Cody Durden's corner. Another guy that's going to be there that's in my camp, Cody Durden. I talked to him like yesterday through text. I'm gonna probably call him. We call each other all the time. Fucking like, dude, I got Simon, my boy I'm training with now, who's 6'6", 250 pounds. Kennedy, who's 6'5", 235 pounds. We've been working on a regular shit. Like I got like at least eight or nine people who are like on my team gonna be there. So it ain't just two people that are unexperienced with me this time. I got an experienced entourage with me now, and I feel like I'm not alone. Like the whole time Cody Brundage was walking around with his team, with freaking Dustin Jacoby and this guy and that guy. He had like 3 or 4 guys with him. And I'm walking around, and they were all experienced ass coaches that were watching me. Oh, he does this, he does this. He keeps his head on the center line. He does this, he does that. And it's like, okay, bro, like y'all did a great job. Y'all did your homework. Great job. But I didn't have that. I didn't study him, and I still was beating him. I didn't study him, and I still was beating him before he caught me. You know, but he caught me. He was the better man. But I can't wait to get that back. And this is a redemption fight. They should have chose somebody else to fight. They really should have. But it is what it is. You know, much respect to them for thinking they're gonna beat me. But I'm ready, man. I'm ready. Y'all gonna see, bro. Y'all gonna see. I'm coming out different. I'm coming out smarter. And as always, I'm coming out covered in faith. Always. And you know, much respect to them.
Yes, sir. And hey, man, your first time with Fortis MMA in your corner, pretty loud corner over there. Whenever I see Coach Sid in the fight, I'm just like, dude, this guy's like motivating as hell. I can't.
He's not gonna be there.
Oh, he's not gonna be there.
He's not gonna be there. I got Diego, Kennedy.
That's still a great corner.
Yeah, I got Diego, Kennedy, and I have my Ferguson law firm, Mr. Jason Ferguson, on my corner. So I have really great motivating. Mr. Jason's very motivating. Diego is very experienced as a coach.
Yeah.
Kennedy, but that's my brother. He knows the things I need to do to win the fight. So I got a great corner behind me this time.
Can't wait, man. Truly can't wait. So obviously this past weekend, we had UFC 280. Did you end up watching that card?
Yeah, I did. I
What
watched it.
What are your thoughts on the new champion of the world, Islam Makhachev?
Man, God bless them. Those boys are hard workers. They bust their ass to get where they're at. They believe in themselves, and that's why they're winning, because they're with each other. They have each other's back all the time. It's like 10, 15 of those dudes cutting weight in the sauna, even when they don't even have fights.
Crazy.
They're always working on different techniques and work ethics and stuff. And I feel like Fortis and the both teams I train at, American Top Team, Team Lima in Georgia, and Fortis MMA in Dallas. I feel like these teams are gonna be like next up to like really take the throne when it comes to being great. So he did a great job against Oliveira, but I really wanted Oliveira to win because Oliveira like gave me like some really good motivation after my last fight. He was there. Had his translator tell me to keep my head up, keep going, keep pushing forward. And he like had a lot of compassion, and him and Figueroa. Like Figueroa was like about to cry with me because I was upset. I lost. I got caught for the first time. Figueroa like took his time. He's like, bro, keep your faith in God. Like, keep moving forward. And it just inspired me that they saw something in me to talk to me like that. And Rafael dos Anjos told me I'm gonna be champion one day. So I mean, like, it's easy for people to say that type of shit, but I have to go back my stuff up. I've been dreaming to be champion ever since I was in the ghetto, like, and there was like no UFC in sight. Yeah. And it's like, man, when you lose, like, and people disrespect you, and all you want to do is be the people's champ, it makes you realize that this isn't for the people. This is for the honor of your family. This is for your legacy. This is for making history. It's not for trying to impress people, trying to do this all for the people. Like, you have to do this for your damn self. So that's what I learned through these losses.
I think fighting that's the case with fighting more so than any other sport. Because, fighting, there's no ball, dude. There's no racket. There's no baseball bat. It's your freaking hands and your knees and there's serious consequence in this game. So it's 100% for yourself and for your family more. You're really putting yourself on the line. Yeah,
you're putting yourself on the line. Man, yeah, these people, whoever watches this, I don't know who's gonna watch it, but one day I pray I do become champ of the world. And I definitely still want to become a 2 division champ. That's still my goal. I'm not gonna like change that. But of course, I gotta do way fucking better in my fights. And I will. I've only lost 2 fights, and I got here at 3-0. But like, whoever disrespects us as fighters, they don't understand the sacrifice we put our bodies through. I've had 3 surgeries already on the same leg. I've been doing this since I was 17, every day, training all day, freaking 6 hours a day, every single day of my life, 6 days a week. I do take some weeks off, go home and visit family and stuff. But man, this is a nonstop grind. And we're literally putting our brains on the line. We're putting our body, our bones, our joints, just for the entertainment of the people. Like they don't understand, but they're quick to get on the keyboard and say like, like you this and you're that, but they could never walk a mile in any fighter's shoes, not just UFC fighters, but any fucking fighters. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, man. Like there's a guy in boxing right now that just he has brain damage, severe brain damage for getting hit in the back of the head. I forgot his name.
I'm not very in tune with boxing, so I don't know.
Well, either way, like combat sports is combat sports. Yeah. Like, man, this shit is really dangerous. But we're still doing it because we want to entertain the people. We want to be great. We want to provide for our families, and that's what it is.
Yeah, man. The highest of highs, lowest of lows, both mentally and physically. You guys are warriors for sure. You just mentioned boxing. I mentioned how I'm not really a big boxing guy, but I do have a question written down here about boxing. You share a fight night, October 29th, with freaking Jake Paul and Anderson Silva. I have to ask you, what the hell you make of that matchup?
I think it's a stupid ass matchup.
Yep.
I think that like freaking uh Jake Jake took away that fight with that other guy because that other guy was whooping his ass in sparring, and like he acts like, oh, the other guy backed out, but really Jake like got scared and got cold feet and said, you know what, let me fight this 47-year-old guy that's been retired from the sport after getting knocked out. Like, let me fight this legendary fighter so I can make myself appear to be greater than what I am if I was to beat this 50-year-old man. Like, I'm just being honest. He's fighting he's fighting a 50-year-old legendary fight.
Yep.
Like, let's be honest. Anderson Silva, when he was my age, is untouchable.
Right.
But I mean, he's 50 now, 47. Like, so if he does get caught, everybody's gonna be all on Jake's dick, like he's the shit. But he's really like picking these fights, fighting a 50-year-old dude. And I mean, like, that's it. That's my opinion. I want Anderson to win. I want Anderson to knock his ass out and humble him. But you know, like, we'll see what happens. I would love that fight in the future one day. And like you know, like, because I always wanted to box myself. But my brother Uriah Hall is also fighting. He's giving me such great words of wisdom. Uriah Hall is like, I got to move with him a little bit. He's taught me a lot of shit. He's been exactly where I've been at before, like coming off tough, everybody hyping him up. It's gonna be future champ and beat Anderson Silva. And what's crazy is he ended up beating Anderson later in his career.
Yeah.
But
Halloween a couple years ago.
Yeah, and he freaking at that time, like everybody was saying he was gonna dethrone Anderson and beat him and become champion. But I mean, he did it like 8 years later, but he ended up fulfilling the freaking prophecy of doing it, you know?
Yeah.
So I mean, he retired now, but he's been giving me major words of wisdom and just telling me not to enjoy this process. And that's what I'm doing, man. I'm happy, man. Like, I'm not like sitting up here like scared, like, or nervous to go to Vegas and go chase my dream. This is what I prayed for.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to go and entertain the people. I'm on the main freaking card of this weekend, so I'm ready. I'm ready to entertain.
Yes, sir. I love it, dude. Love it. Tresean, before we get out of here, I just want to give you the opportunity. You're going to have a lot of eyes on you this week. You got all your supporters, your fans, family, and friends. The mic is yours, my friend. What do you have to say?
Man, I just want to thank God for everything that he's done for me. I want to thank God for my son, my wife, Juliana Prophet, who married me. She's my number one sponsor right now. She sponsored me with love. She sponsored me with believing in me and freaking. I would like to thank Barber Orthopedics. I would like to thank Ferguson Law Firm, Jason Ferguson. He'll be there this weekend. I would like to thank Triad Mechanical, my brother Baxter. He's been there. I want to thank Guard and Go Mouthpieces, Bulliettes Kennels. I want to thank Eat Clean Bro. I want to thank Upgrade Management, my manager, James Penniman, for believing in me and freaking working with me all these years without a freaking contract at first. And now he's still here with me in the UFC. And number one, man, I want to thank Fortis too for allowing me to come by. I want to thank Coach Safe for allowing me to come by in this gym and evolve. I want to thank Kennedy for even inviting me here. And I want to thank American Top Team, Team Lima, ATT, baby. American Top Team, Team Lima. That's the squad. I love y'all boys. I love everybody there. And I just want to thank Jesus. I want to thank Jesus. I think he's the greatest man that ever walked this earth. And I want to thank him for this opportunity. And may the best man win. And I believe it's gonna be me. So I mean, show me otherwise. You know what I mean? Because I'm coming in here and I'm bringing it. They can fucking count me out all they want to, but I'm bringing it this weekend, and that's all it is to it. Thank you for having me on your show. I really respect you, man, a lot. And one day, man, you'll be just as big as Brett Akamoto. Just keep doing your thing, to keep grinding, bro, and we'll see each other at the top.
I appreciate that, Tresean. And yes, sir, you'll be the champ and I'll be the next Ariel, and we'll both be living the dream. But Tresean, for real, man.
Hey, bro, let's believe that for real. It's a joke right now.
Oh, no, I believe it, bro.
Look back at this shit and do that. But hey, we ain't gonna talk about that right now. We gotta talk about this fight this weekend. But thanks for having me, man, for real.
Yes, sir. October 29th, it goes down. Tresean Gore gets the W over Josh Fremd. Tresean, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your week and kick ass, dude.
Yes, sir, I will. Thank you,
Yes,
man.
sir.